Good morning YouTube. We're back at Kawakawa Bay, just leaving the boat ramp now. Yeah, going out and seeing if we can catch some squid. It's been really windy and raining and storming lots lately, so the weather's been really average, but there's a little break in the wind today, this morning especially, so and it's supposed to be coming from the southwest, so hopefully we can just go and stay at the shallows and target squid all day, and we'll be in the nice calm water. Maybe go out a little bit deeper for some snapper if we get the chance, but I'm pretty content with just catching squid for today. Jesus, that sun's bright. Yeah, just put out of the breakwater and it's actually a little bit windy already, coming straight from that direction. So we will go out around there and hide around the back of that island. Right, let's get to it. Jesus, look at that sheep up there. I wouldn't want to be home on the side of the hill. Although if I was a sheep, maybe I'd do that too. So we're at the first spot of the day. Just pulled up. I've never fished in here before, but there's a lot of rocks, and so there's bound to be weed and everything. There's actually a lot of fish on the bottom as well, so it may be worth trying here for snapper too. So I actually bought another rod with me today, so I can fish 2 jigs. And I bought this Lumo jig this morning as well. I've only got 2 jigs, so I thought I'd buy one more, just in case I end up losing one. So I've actually got a little bit of wind pushing us into the rocks here, which is not ideal. We'll just have to keep our wits about us. Alright, so there's some rocks and weed around over there. I just got to keep my wits about me, so I don't want to hit a rock. As you can see, we're not very deep there. Rocks and weed all around it. I would have expected it would be ideal squid territory. We have not caught anything yet. So I'm going to give up on this spot and head around the corner a little bit more. Maybe find somewhere a little bit more sheltered. See if I can get out of here without hitting any rocks. Pretty cool on the sounder. See that school of fish there? They're actually off to the right. Might just see whether I can catch one of them. What have I got on this other rod? So I don't want to change a squid jig off just yet. Get a bug, that will do me. Bit heavy for 12 metres of water, but see what happens. Nothing. Right, another new squid spot. Let's see how we go. I don't know whether this Lumo one is the right kind of jig for this time of day, but I've seen a lot of Australian guys using them, and they always swear by the Lumo colours, no matter what time of day it is. That's another snag. Uh-oh. Don't want to lose my new jig. You can see the leader just there as well. free. Right, next squid spot. Yeah, it's bloody windy here. Some really big rocks just there. This is where having polarized sunglasses helps. The water's quite glary today, but I can still see the bottom. So we've tried a few spots and caught no squid, which is not the best. Yeah, not really sure what to do now. I might actually have another little bit of a cast just here, just in close to those rocks. It is low tide at the moment, so probably not the best time to try and get squid. But you don't know unless you try. Well, I don't know. It's not looking good for squid at the moment. It is low tide, so that could be having an influence on it, but I've tried everywhere, including the spots that I tried last time that I actually caught squid, so I'm not exactly sure what to do now. So at the moment I'm just drifting along the front of this shoreline, casting into all these rocky areas and getting snagged by the looks of it. And I've got the other rod out, just with another jig just drifting along. At the moment we're not really drifting anywhere, sort of staying still. It's getting close to low tide, so I might even head up towards Hooks Bay. And it would be rude to not try for a snapper on the way up there. Well, more of the same, rocks and weed. Just missing squid. So I think I just had a hit on this other rod, but it might have been a fish. Yeah, cast just over by that rock that's going in and out of the water right there actually. It's definitely a tug. But was it a fish or was it a squid? That's what I don't know. So I got one hit, which may have been a squid but may not have been a squid as well. Might have just been a snapper or something. I'm going to head north, maybe stop at my snapper spots on the way, and then proceed up to Hooks Bay, and there's some pretty good squid spots in there as well, so I'll give that a crack. It's time for some snapper, and I think that snapper all out there, those little shadows. Definitely some good sign down there. Although I've been saying that every time lately and not catching fish, but we will see. Already got the better bug on there, which is a suitable lure, so send that down and see what's down there. It'll be just my luck that I come out to target squid and have a good day catching snapper. Lots of bait down there at the moment. Not really any big marks, but with this bait there's usually bigger fish. Okay, so it turns out that snapper aren't hungry today either, so we'll continue on a pursuit for squid. As I predicted, the wind's making it pretty hard to fish out here. There's not a lot of chop yet, there will be when the tide starts running, but even with no current we've got a 1.6 knot drift just with the wind, so it's pretty hard to get down 30 meters. There's a big log just up ahead. You did not want to hit that at full speed. Quite surprised how deep it is here. I'm close to the rocks and it's still 10 meters deep. Probably be a really good kingfish spot for land-based guys. Nice rocky ledge. So we had something having a go at this jig, and it would be a fish because there's scales on there. Huh. And a bent prong. Oh well, maybe I should be soft baiting here instead. Oh, there's plenty of rocks around here, but not so much weedy areas. I'll carry on looking. Well, I've been trying in Hooks Bay for over an hour now, but I've just got the wind wrapping around the island. It's coming around the other side of the island. It's coming from the southwest, and then I come up here and it's coming from the northwest. So yeah, it's a bit of a pain. Had a few nervous moments trying to get close to the weed and the rocks to catch a squid, and then the wind's pushing you around, trying to push you into the rocks, so that's not the best. So I might head back around where I was this morning, maybe try a little bit deeper for some snapper on the way, just because we've got a bit of tide current running now, so maybe they'll be hungry. But otherwise the bin's empty at the moment, so she's looking grim. Right, so I've sort of given up on squid, heading back to find some shelter, but I'll just see if I can catch a snapper first. So I've kind of given up on squid. I saw quite a few snapper marks when I was cruising around those squid spots earlier, so I just switched to a soft bait. Back to the Liveys curly tail, same one I caught the kingy and the snapper on last time. Still going strong, but I'll just switch to that and see if I can get a snapper where I saw those marks. It's a bit easier to fish in shallow as well, just with this wind. Well, the weather's taken a turn for the worst. It's pretty windy. Woohoo! Yeah, the wind's howling straight up through there. That's the way I gotta go to get home. I'm on my snapper spots at the moment. There's a bit of sign. So I might just see if I can idle into the wind and drop the soft bait down. And I don't think I'll try for very long though, because she's pretty unpleasant out here. Try that, but the bin's still empty, so it's looking like I might be going home empty-handed. Well, we're back trying for squid. Haven't had any success yet. But we'll keep trying. Oh, well, I've given it a bloody good go for squid today. I've spent probably at least 4 or 5 hours trying to catch a squid. Jesus, big rock under there, didn't see that. That's what you got to watch out for, especially when the wind's blowing you around. Yeah, spent a good bloody 4 or 5 hours casting for squid and caught nothing, so yeah, we'll probably head back now. The wind's picked up. I'm in a sheltered bay at the moment, but she's pretty rough out wider, so it might be a pretty bumpy trip home. Yeah, it is what it is. Nothing in the bin, so nothing for dinner tonight. But at least now I sort of know where to try. I might go home and do a bit of research, see whether the moon phases or anything like that affect squid fishing. Maybe ask some of the experts, see what they say. But yeah, it's probably going to be it for this video, and I'll see you next time.